Hello. Hi there, Tyra. How are you? Hey, Mons. How are you doing? Hey, Nikki. Did you ever get that song for me, dude? Hey, Jim. Hey, Doreen. Hey, Eric. Okay, awesome. I was hoping that you would make it back in. We kept, earlier we were like, okay, where'd you go? But we knew you were busy. So I was hoping you'd make it on back in. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Give me just a minute to get through shuffling and stuff, and we will deal them out. So how is everybody doing? Well, sure. Of course, Doreen. No, it's okay, Eric. We knew you were at work. It's not a biggie. I knew that I'd be doing it again later, so, it's at your convenience. So, it is not a problem. Hi there, Tracy. Okay. What's your question, Doreen? Oh, don't be nervous. I promise I don't bite. Hearing about side chats lately. Where are they? Okay, you're into one right now. Doreen, a side chat just means what everybody's doing in the chat right now. That's all. It means like when you have a panel going and you have several people talking on it, that's chat. And then all the guys down in the chat box, that's side chat. But actually, to me, it's all just chat. So, but that's what that means. So you're in one right now. Okay. Thought it was another part. No, no. It's just, if it's another part, it's news to me. It's just this part right here, so. Okay. Let me get a drink. All right, Eric, you ready? Now, the way it works, the snapshot that I deal is going to be whatever the universe thinks you need to know the most for your highest good, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't ask questions pertaining to anything that you want to ask about. You can. It just may not be what they tell us in the snapshot. You see what I mean? So that's the reason why we do both. Now, when I'm placing the present, I'm probably going to have questions for you because I need to understand exactly what I'm looking at before I go to the future part. Otherwise, I can't be sure that the future part is going to be accurate, okay? So, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, got it. All right, here we go. I knew that card was going to show. I'm going to have a good many questions for you here, Eric. None of which are bad, just need to help me nail these down, okay? Number one, you at this moment and the energy crossing you right now, you at this moment, you're the Knight of Cups. So you're full of loving actions. You're very busy, trying to be that knight in shining armor. As a matter of fact, you're even crossed by another knight, which is also action. You're burning the candle at both ends, dude. But it does seem like you have the energy to keep going. You are a good communicator. Everybody seems to understand where you're coming from. So that's good. So now I have to ask you the hard part. Who is this that you're watching go through hell here? Because the tower showed up, but it's reversed, so I don't feel like it's happening to you. I feel like you're watching it happen to someone else. So what's going on with this? And the immediate future card relates back to this, so this is an important question here. Hey, Jennifer. We don't talk about her here, Doreen, so let's just leave that out of the conversation, all right? We don't care. Worry about my wife. I don't see a problem with that. Now, I do not see a problem with that. I don't think that's this. Is someone in school, Eric? Because the card of higher learning is here. Is someone taking lessons for something? No, I'm sorry, Doreen. I didn't mean to sound short, honey. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry if I sounded that way. Okay. Nobody I know is, and nobody's taking any kind of lessons, Eric. Not music lessons, nothing like that. Nothing like that. All eyes are on the wife. I see nothing negative about the wife at all. I don't see a problem with that. But this is something else. Okay. Let me back up and see if I see it from a different perspective. If this is her, it's still not going to explain the card of higher learning to me. So that I have to ask, is there a specialist involved? Are they talking about a C-section or something? That might could be explained. Yeah, it's a stretch, but it could be. Has that been mentioned? Yes. Okay, well then that must, which thing? The specialist or the C-section? She will have, okay, well then that takes care of the immediate future card right here. Now see, normally when I see this card and it's reversed and I know it's happening to somebody else and then I see this, my first response is usually drugs, because that takes them, and then this card is usually lying. But when this card comes up in a health capacity, it usually indicates some kind of a surgical procedure. So that makes sense right there. Okay. And then the specialist would be the card of higher learning. Okay. This is the card of the immediate future. Okay, and you explained that. That's going to be the C-section. After that, everything is rosy. She's going to have a little bit of time getting back to her feet, but it's not going to be anything bad or anything. And then it's going to be right on, a life full of love after that. So I don't see any kind of problems with it. I don't see any kind of problems with it now that we know. So ask me questions and let's see, can we get some direct answers for you? Hey, Carolina. She's 4'11". My sister is too, and she had to have a C-section too. Right. Yeah. And she bounced back pretty easy from it. These days, they have it simplified, so it shouldn't be so hard on her to bounce back. But yeah, when they're little bitty like that, my sister's one of those, so. Hi there, Erica. English only, please. Having a little girl. I'm definitely burning at both ends, right? But I love it. I just want to take care of her. Right. Well, yeah, she's probably going to end up off them feet. The little bitty women like that. Yeah. I know my sister did. So I know, me too, Carolina. So what questions do you have, Eric? And the more specific, the better. So. Do you have the name picked out yet? Hey, State, how are you? Don't want to be too overbearing because my mom was. Okay. So you just want to know what kind of dad you're going to be then? Let's check it out. What kind of dad is Eric going to be? Actually, Eric, I think you're not going to be overbearing. I actually think you may hold yourself at a little bit of a distance, which I don't recommend either, but it does look like you're going to be steadily burning the candle at both ends, to make sure everything's going well. Let me look a little further. Yeah. You're going to be fine. I think you're going to be a little intimidated by your own kid, though. I think you're going to be scared. Does that make sense? Don't be scared. Just because babies are tiny and they're so fragile, they're not that fragile, seriously. Um, but yeah, I think you're going to be fine. You are going to be just a little bit, timid, I think. So, mm, hi, Chris. Okay, what's the initials? And I'll check in just a second. Hey, what did? Okay, that's okay. Gotcha, Tracy. Okay. Are the initials the CS? Is that what they are? Her name is Frances. CMS. Okay. So, what other questions do you have, Eric? Hey, KD. Mm-hmm. Michael's your middle name? Okay. Chris, I'll be with you in just a second, sweetie. I'm kind of doing Eric right now. As soon as I get done, though, okay? That's really it. What do I have to do to make sure she stays happy? Always nervous. Okay. Let's say, does the universe have any guidance for you to keep your family happy? Let's say it like that. Does the universe have any guidance, Eric, to keep his family happy? Okay. This card in this case is representing forget everything that you thought you knew. Accept the actions of your foundation, meaning focus only on your family, and you already know what to do. It's already in you. So don't worry about what your mom did or what your dad did or any of that. Focus on your family, you, your wife, and your little girl, and you already know what to do as far as that goes. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Evidently, the universe trusts you, or it wouldn't have put you in this position. So, mm, oh, quit that. No, there's no crying alone in my presence. I'll have to cry with you. So, Mr. Heine, I don't know what you said, Mr. Heine, but yeah, just, what'd they say? Mr. Heine, that's just stupid. Damn. Uh, Nothing wrong. No, nothing at all wrong with it. Mm, what did Chris say? I'm sorry I missed it. Oh, no worries. Okay. Mm, mm. One second, you guys. Unmute. Alrighty. You're not a wuss. You're a human being, and that's a good thing. So, dipping out. All right, Britt. You ain't got to run off, girl. We got some trolls coming in. We'll let you stomp them if you want to hang out. Y'all let Britt cuss them out real good before you boot them. Good to know you have. Hey, Mag.
What was it?
CS.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. It's there, Chris. Let me grab like 2 more puffs and then we'll get her done. How are you doing tonight, Mag? How come you ain't out shaking your butt? You supposed to be shaking your butt, girl. You too, you're smoking too? Okay. Don't be nervous. I don't bite, I promise. Ask Eric. He just had his first reading too. Still early. Is it? I'm not even sure what time it is, y'all. You're welcome, Eric. Thank you for getting one. I appreciate it. What time are you going, Mag? Waiting for the after party? Oh, Lord. Girl, just get you a margarita from the jump, and you'll be good. You'll be good. That'll get you through. About 11? Okay. Y'all just like meeting for drinks or something? Hit the clubs. Yeah, I remember them days. Yeah, I don't want nothing she's got. You drinking shots, right? Liquor is quicker. I could drink a margarita. I drank that like half a beer, that Barbie beer, last week, and it was good and everything, but I was just like, got to man up before going inside. You gonna be all right. Yeah, but he's boring. I understand that. Vodka girl. I like Malibu rum and pineapple. Oh my God. That stuff is just heaven. That me too, Carolina. It is because it sneaks up on you. You don't even realize you're drinking. It tastes so good, and then all of a sudden, gets me in big trouble. Yeah. If I'm sick, and I probably should have this time, I'd have been well several days ago. Usually I make myself a hot toddy with Crown Royal, and it'll knock it right out. But I didn't want to spend the money to get the little Crown, so I didn't bother. Hey, Nate. Can't mess around with that stuff. Right, Carolina. Okay, now, are you ready, Charlie? First choice didn't have right, Mag. Ain't that always how it goes? Ready? All right, let's get her done. Two swords cards right off the top. Did somebody pass, Charlie? And I'm not, I'm kind of surprised and caught off guard here. Is that what? Is that bad? It's not bad, but it's confusing, because the reason why it's confusing is you at this moment is a card of deception. So that confuses me as a reader. I can only go by the cards that are in front of me and what they say. And then the thing that's crossing you is stalemate. You don't know which way to turn on an issue. And here's what I'm looking at, and I'm thinking the issue is somebody passed and you feel a loyalty to this person, and this person is gone. So you're trying to decide, do I live with my memories or do I go forward? That's what I'm looking at, and it's confusing. So I need you to help me place this, and then we'll go into the future part. Because I have all these major arcana cards here, except for the two of you and what's crossing you. Everything else here is a major arcana card, which means it's fated. So this is a big deal that we get this situated, okay? Your grandfather, my dad and I have a bad relationship. Is this for Charlie or Chris? I'm sorry, it's for Chris. I was calling you Charlie, my bad. It's for you, yes. Grandfather. Okay, so is it your dad's dad that died then? We haven't talked in years. Okay. Both my mom's and my dad's passed. Which one is it? Okay, we're gonna go card by card. Okay. You at this moment is a card of deception and theft. Now that's what has me confused right here from the jump. So I'm trying to understand this, and then you're crossed with not being able to make up your mind about something. So taking that at face value and looking around, your entire thought line and your entire timeline, every single card is a major arcana card, which means this is fated. The two that represent you and what's crossing you right now are not fated. They just are what they are at this moment. It could even be a Seven of Swords can pop up in your place if it's just something that you don't want to discuss online in front of a room full of people that you don't know. And that makes perfect sense too. That could be why it's there. So forgetting that part of it, and I'm going to just generically explain what I've got here. In your thought line, I have the Strength card reversed, and I have the Death card reversed. The Strength card reversed, whenever a card is reversed, it's always one of two things. It's either you're watching this happen to someone else, or it is having a negative impact on you. So whenever the Strength card is there, it's taking all of your strength. So you're either watching someone else be sapped of all their strength from dealing with this, or you yourself are. And then the Death card is also on your mind. This is in your thought line. Death Sometimes it's actual death. 9 times out of 10, it's an end of something. So it could be pointing to your granddad, but then again, it may not be. What has ended for you recently that is taking all of your strength? Possibly that you were hoping would resurrect itself, because the Judgment card is also here. It is also reversed in the past position. So that says you were hoping for a resurrection on that. Do you see what I'm getting at now about why it's so important that we place these? Once we understand these, we can go to the future. Okay, you got it? Okay. So what, or do you mind telling me what it is that's taking all your, what is ended that is taking all your strength? Or is it that you're watching that with someone else? Watching my friends with me may be the reason. But this is something that has ended recently and is on your mind. Something that you had hoped would resurrect. And it is taking all your strength. You see what I mean? If this is not happening exactly this way to you, this is happening exactly this way with someone you're watching. So let me say it again. You or someone has lost something recently, something that they were hoping would resurrect. So I'm going to assume possibly a relationship. They had hoped they would get back together. That didn't happen, and it's taken all their strength to face that that's not going to happen. Something like that, see. Close friends, I did cut off my dad and deleted, as well as his wife. Well, that would be a loss of something, yes. And it being your dad, I can see how that would be, hoping for that to be a resurrection. Is that pretty heavy on your mind then? Because this is something that's on your mind. It's hard. That's got to be it then. It is. Okay. That's got to be what we're looking at then. Well, if that's the case, I want you to take note of the card representing you at this moment. It is the Seven of Swords. Be very careful that you're not lying to yourself, Chris, okay? That card is usually a card of deception, and it's not unheard of that we deceive ourselves. Yeah. So just take note of that, mull that over a little bit. So that's pretty much got the here and now placed. Let me see. Makes me tear up just typing about it. Okay. Well, the future gets a lot brighter. I can tell you that. You have a new love coming up. This is the Lover's card. Now, it is reversed again. I'm not real sure why it's reversed again, unless maybe this is what you're going to deceive yourself about. And that could happen too. That could be where the stalemate comes in. Do I or don't I? Do I risk my heart or don't I? You know what I mean? You're married. Okay, well then. Then it's got to be reversed, meaning you'll watch it for somebody else. But the question there would be, who else would be so... Okay, you said your dad, his wife, you have nothing to do with either, so I don't think it would be that. Let me see what you said. Maybe I meet someone. Well, if you're married, I think you've got him met. I don't know, but if the lovers is here, the lovers could mean several different things. And when it's reversed, it's not so much saying, hey, you're going to meet a new lover, as it is saying, remember to bring love into your life, I think. So kind of probably telling you, keep it balanced. Your wild card is the the Ten of Wands reversed. The Ten of Wands is the card of being overworked and overburdened. So keep that in mind too. But then your final outcome card is one of coming home to victory. So I feel like looking at those two cards together, this whole thing may be left up to you to fix and to solve. And it's not going to be something that you're going to be able to fix just, like with one phone call. It's going to take time and work. Ultimately, you will prevail, though. You will come home to victory. And it may not even be pointing to the you and your dad thing. It could be just pointing to life in general. You're fixing to go through a phase. It's going to be a lot of hard work to it, but it's going to benefit you in the long run. Just stopped work. Well, you're probably fixing to go back to it, Chris, because that's your wild card. So, but ultimately, like I said, it's going to have you coming home to victory, so that's good. Personally, I love overtime. Sometimes you have to take a break from it, but I love it. Always have. Always work a lot of overtime. There you go. So ask me whatever questions, because that way if something didn't quite make sense to you, and that one was kind of a little bit of everywhere, ask me whatever questions you have, and let's see what we can nail down more specifically for you. Hey, Hazel. Hoping for some money in my future. If you're going to be working all that overtime, I'm sure you're going to have some. Do you want to take a look at finances? Please? Okay. Oh, you gotta love tarot. I don't know. Work for it. It's not going to be as simple as going to daddy. That's not going to work. That's not going to happen. The way you're going to have it is working. But when you do that, you're going to be fine. I don't see any great windfall or anything, but you're going to have enough. So, you're welcome. Tarot tickles me. It can be such a smart ass sometimes. Oh, he was here just a minute ago, Hazel. No, no problem. Hang on, let me get this out for these stupid ass bugs coming back in here. Ugh, can't stand them. So, do you have any other questions, Chris? Yeah, he'll be back. He's probably zipping around aggravating somebody. Getting some yogurt right. think what looks good. The Outlook. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Chris. Listen, if you think of a question later, and with the way your Celtic was, you very well might have, a bunch of them. It's no problem to come back into a later stream and ask them, because a lot of times people forget the questions that they want to ask during the reading. So, how long should I wait before? Usually they're good for about 3 months. And that particular reading, considering so many of them were major arcanas, I'd say you're probably good for that long. So, oh, you're welcome. Thank you for getting one. I appreciate it. That's what's feeding us these days. So I'm always proud to get the work. Oh, mine too, Hazel. Mine too. But I love them. Do you want to try a reading on me, Hazel? He will pop in, say one word, and then leave, Nikki. So, see you soon again. Okay, sounds good, Chris. Have a good one, hon. And Tracy, thank you for bringing him. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was here. I asked him about my song, and then he was gone. So he does that all the time to me. A little fart. You too? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Don't know what to do with that boy. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I'm open if anybody wants to get a reading. Hazel, do you want to try and do a reading on me for practice? I'd love to see what comes up for me after that love card just kind of got thrown at me the other day. Oh, nobody. Nobody yet, so. Yeah, okay. When, and how? Um, I reckon you could probably tweet them to me. That'd probably be the easiest for you. Just whatever's easier for you, you know. Why, what now, Janet? Can y'all hear that music? I swear. What is today? Today's Friday. Okay, that would be why. Same crap, Lord. Mm. My nose is itching. Every weekend, their music is so loud, it's aggravating as shit. How do I do that? I guess just, well, unless if you could either type it or you could just, tape it like what I do here, and then you could send it to me, or you could put it on your channel, just whichever way you want to do it. Mm. Can y'all hear that? Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, yeah, that works for me. Shoot, yeah. So what else going on tonight on YouTube, you guys? Anything? Britt was telling me somebody was going to expose somebody. Who's getting exposed where? And why should I care? Do I already think they're an asshole? I don't need proof of it. Just wondering. I don't reckon nobody knows, huh? Oh well, we probably ain't missing nothing. Alright, well you guys, it doesn't look like anybody else wants a reading tonight, so I guess I will fire it back up in the morning, and maybe the long holiday weekend will get some people, if they can take a break from the partying long enough, maybe they come get a reading. I don't know, it's worth a shot. But anyway, I'm going to get off here, and I will see all of you guys later. Love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I hope I see y'all tomorrow.